Hey, hi, ho, and howdy, everybody. My name is Shannon O'Shook, and welcome to yet another episode of Katawa Shoujo. Let's play it. Shannon reads and stuff and things. When was the last time I said that that's what that was? I don't even know. Is that even an applicable title? Do I even read anymore? Or do I just sit here and sob and be like, you know what? My whole world, it's crumbling, it's crashing down upon me. I don't know what life is anymore. All I know is that Hisao and RIN got issues, and it hurts my very soul. Anyway, it's been a little while since the last video. By that I mean, it's been over a month, and for the 11th time I've said I wasn't going to do that anymore, and then I ended up doing that because I got really sick, and it was like, oh, Shannon's gonna die? He might. Let's maybe talk to a doctor about that, and the doctor was like, you might be dying. And we're like, well, can I not be doing that? We're like, well, we'll just have to run a few more tests, see if you dying. That's not what he sounds like. He did have a southern accent, though. He's like, oh, hey, how you doing there? This is not even remotely close to what he sounded like, but he did have a nice southern drawl to him. You know, just not anything like this. Just significantly more high-pitched voice. Older gentleman. He's a good dude. Dr. I seal it. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, we are here in this episode. I'm not dying. Spoilers, I didn't die. There was some times, though, I thought my life was about to get significantly more interesting in all the worst kind of ways. But it didn't. Yay. In the last episode... Sorry. Sorry for bringing all this shit up, but I wanted to give it a reason, like, yeah, there was a reason I was gone this time. It wasn't just like, I'm a bitch. I am a bitch, but I'm also was a potentially dying bitch. Anyway, in the last episode of Katawa Shoujo, it was really, really long. It was an hour and 30 minutes of me just talking on the microphone and getting all sad and weepy and talking about how much you guys mean to me and stuff like that, and then I had to cut it up into many bits and pieces like a goddamn serial killer. But you know what? That's all right. We're here now. We talked to RIN. We're on the up and up again. We might not be in the perfect place in the world, but you know what? We're not fucking hating each other anymore. And you know what? That's the best thing sometimes that a man and a woman who doesn't have arms can ask for. So you know what? It's really late. I'm gonna probably try not to be too loud, but then again, fuck if kids are sleeping in the other room. Which is gonna be really questionable, because I think I know what happens in this episode. Anyway, let's begin. Apologies for the forever intro. The first day of summer vacation is a disappointment. I woke up, water came down from the leaden sky in biblical proportion. Excuse me, rain is great. I've already fucking ran off the track. Rain is awesome. Is it just me? Like, admittedly, there's a lot of people out there who hate rain because they live in places where it rains constantly. Say you're in, like, the UK and stuff like that. From what I understand, it's Rainsville, USA, but not actually in the USA at all. USK! United States of Kingdom? What the fuck? Anyway, point is, shit is always falling from the sky over there. Which sounds dope to me, because I'm one of those people who always loved, like, cloudy and dim weather. Like, even if it's not, it doesn't have to be raining and pouring. And when it comes to rain, it's either I like a itty-bitty light sprinkle, or I want it to just thunder down upon me. Anything in the middle is just like, well, that's just, alright, you can't even commit. That's making me feel questionable about my life and things, just because you can't commit to being big bad rain or the teeny tiny rain. Admittedly, now that I think about it, big bad rain is fucking ridiculous when it comes to the last few weeks and months. God damn. My country and the ones around us are getting fucked by the planet. Fun times. Shoutouts to everyone who's dealing with that. Hopefully you're doing well. You're not watching this video. You're like, I'm trying to fucking fix my broken ass house. But you know what? Barely went 2 goddamn clicks into this fucking game. We need to move on. Point is, I hope you're okay. Don't die. That's not good for you. That's what the doctor told me. Point is, I like funky weather. I was optimistic at the time. A quick summer shower, I thought. Torrents of rain for a few minutes, and then it's gone. No such luck. Rainwater is relentlessly pouring down from the blue-gray sky outside, streaming down the glass of my window in small brooks and rivers and gathering together to form miniature ponds on the walkways. Just like it has done for the past 2.5 hours. That's not that bad, dude. So I've half-assedly cleaned up in between half-assedly reading a book, pegging myself on the side when I get bored of the first two. The weather drags my spirits pretty down, too, making it harder to do anything properly. Again, it wakes me up. I'm like, oh, this is so delightful. Like, I don't know, it's just, I like the feel of it. It's why I kind of like cooler tones, I guess. I don't know. Something bumping quite loudly against my door rouses me from my apathy. Boy, don't you dare open it. You know it's Kenji. I hope it's not Kenji in his crazy indoors bowling alley. Goddamn, yeah, no, that's a bad idea. I hear no more sounds from the corridor until I walk to the door and open it. Rin, how you doing, girl? It's been like a month. I'm so sorry it's been so long for me to come back to you. I'm just the worst human being on the planet. And bitch, you work with me here. I wish seeing her would evoke some more emotion in me, but for one, I'm too surprised that she came to see me, and for two, she's soaking wet. And my piece of shit controller is a fucking douche bucket and a half, and I hope that apples go in it, and then, but like they go turn into rotten apples, and you die like Snow White. But did she really die? No, she didn't. My controller works again. Good. Her uniform shirt is drenched, and she's standing in a self-created puddle. Dude, you're gonna piss off a janitor like that. Dude, I do cleaning every once in a while. I'm just like, it's just a giant-ass puddle on the floor. Why you do this? We have mats for this, goddammit. I was about to say, and we have umbrellas, and then I realized, oh, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be easy for you to hold. Fuck. Droplets of rainwater are dripping from her short bangs and sliding down her nose until they fall down from the tip. That's adorable and mildly depressing. One by one. What's up, home slice? How you feeling?
Medium normal. It's been a little while. There it is. I got the voice back. Oh my god, it's been so long.
The relative questionability of her statement aside, she sure doesn't look too good. You're soaked.
It's because I come from the outside. Do you know of it? The place that the legends foretold?
And stuff? Why would you be outside? It's raining buckets out there if you haven't noticed.
I haven't. It's raining pretty hard though. I was on a sidewalk. I was on a walk. Whatever. I mean, I was on a walk, and I would probably be walking on a sidewalk at the time. God damn it.
Is this what you call wallowing in self-pity?
Do you think I'm pitiful?
No, I implied that you think you are.
I'm not. And rain is not a sad thing.
You're goddamn right it's not. It is to be embraced. Feel the drizzle on your face, neck, and chest.
Don't you ever walk in the rain?
I do, but only with proper equipment, like an umbrella. Again, hands. I made the same mistake, boy.
You just need to imagine you have a blue umbrella with white stripes.
That might be tough when rain's falling on my head.
Just imagine harder. Dude?
Yeah, she's definitely back to normal. Those half-sarcastic, inconsiderate remarks that really push my buttons, even though she doesn't really mean it. That vacant, spaced-out stare that always expects more than it gives. It's so very much like her. You're goddamn right it is.
I may need to come in. I need some help with the swatter and the clothes that I'm wearing.
My brain quickly solves this equation. I stumble with my words. A stark display of contrast between Rin's easygoing self-invitation. But Emmy, though... But she... Lady Bits, Rin shakes her head vehemently, causing water to sprinkle everywhere like a dog. Shake, 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 shake it.
She left. She gone. Far away. Dead and gone.
But not really. Probably. I don't know. Do we ever see her again? Let's find out by actually playing the game.
Besides, she would just worry and fuss until she could not worry and fuss anymore, which always takes a troublesomely long time. It's in fact longer than I want to hear her fussing, and I thought you probably are not the fussing kind.
Dude, he's fussy as fuck. Have you listened to a single goddamn word Hisao said in this fucking route? Every 5 seconds he's bitching about something. Don't get me wrong, you're allowed to bitch every once in a while, but for fuck's sake, Hisao, man. The rain, man, believe in it. Her soaked clothes are making the desk and everything are on it wet, but she doesn't care. I probably skipped past the last piece of dialogue. I don't know if I did or not, and I'm not gonna find out. Ellipses. All right, fine. I'll help you out. I'm here for you, buddy, buckaroo. I have a towel somewhere. Do you want dry clothes? Is a uniform fine? I mean, I'm taller than you, but...
Everything is fine. Fine like wine.
With a little searching, I find a fresh uniform and a fluffy towel from the depths of my closet. The towel in one hand and the uniform in the other, I turn to face Rin again, uncertain of the next step. I didn't even get to kind of see what it was before she's just like, bitch, I'm gonna speak now.
Stop worrying. It's not a problem.
She probably could see right through my hesitant demeanor, as if I was completely transparent to her. Like a pint glass that doesn't have decals on it. Yep, that's what glass is like, transparent. I push my anxiety away and concentrate on the 8 buttons lined on her shirt, just like mine has. Only the first button is an obstacle after Nope, I was correct the first time. And yet I repeated myself. I undo the others with slightly less shaking hands. Boy, I'm shaky as fuck too. I should not have drank all this Pepsi a minute ago. How you doing, girl? You look sad and embarrassed and kind of adorable all at the same time, and I don't know how to feel about that. Throwing the soaked shirt aside, I reveal Rin's pale upper body, shrouded only in her blue brassiere. Is that how you pronounce that? I'm dumb as hell. Brassiere? Brassiere? Brasserie? I don't fucking know. Knowledgeable people. Women. French people. Normal human beings. Tell me how you pronounce that. Which instantly reminds me of her saying it's her favorite color. Did she fucking say that? I don't remember anything. I tried not to think too much about it. Too much about stuff. But it's hard not to look at her body with what I can only think of as mixed feelings. I mean, she's not, man. Look at her. She looks good. Again, her face is one of kind of questionable sadness and embarrassment. But, I mean, like, the rest of her, she's just like, I'm just kind of here. At least she looks good, man. I don't know what to think of this, so I just watch her. Rin looks brittle. Yeah, I can see that. Kind of like a fragility to her. I can see it. Especially when you couple on, like, the emotional situations that is Rin. I could see it. She's like a shell, a fragile thing just barely holding together. Her ribs, each of them visible under her pale skin, are moving up and down in the rhythm of her breath. Breaths. The things that I don't apparently have. Rin always struck me as quite thin, but I realize now that the manic creative period before the exhibition opening might have caused her to lose some weight. Yeah, it's really easy to just forget about existing when you actually set your mind to something. Now, I'm not saying I do that often. I'm not a particularly, like, ooh, I'm a go-getter kind of guy. No, I'm fucking procrastinating as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Again, I was potentially dying. But there were other reasons why I just didn't get back to this. Not that I don't like the game. I love the game. I wouldn't be doing it in the first place if I didn't. But yeah, no, I have been in positions before where work kind of takes precedence over everything else. It's one of those reasons, I've mentioned it before, I'm a terrible, terrible, god-awful boyfriend.
Never do that. Like, you ever like, I bet you Shannon's... No, he's not. He's the worst kind of human being. Because in the very few relationships that I have been in, before they ended miserably, I wasn't the best. I think I even mentioned it before. I wasn't that good. And one of them in particular, my everything else took precedent above the person I was with. And not because I disliked her or anything like that. It's just my brain gets wired on one thing, and then it works at it, and then it just kind of stops. But during that time when I'm wired on it, man, it's a thing. Sometimes that's great, because sometimes you fixate, or at least I do. I fixate on something that's just bad for me. Like, just don't. Don't, like, say you have feelings for someone who you just know you shouldn't. Shannon, you idiot. And for, like, I'm gonna be completely real, that was a thing that was going on a while back, like, not even that long ago. But there was one person in particular that I really kind of, had feelings for. And it was not in any way lost upon me that was just never gonna happen. Number one, they're in a relationship, and they're totally in a cool one, too. So in no way would it be good for me to even kind of fuck around with any of that. Number two, look at me. You can't look at me right now, because face cam is not a thing I can afford, because I'm fucking broke. But if I could, you could look at me and you'd be like, yeah, no one wants that. Like, again, I'm not abysmal. It's supremely mediocre. There's so many better options in the world, purely based on appearance. And then there's everything else, like, I'm a goddamn loser. But I'm a funny loser. But, it was one of those things where I fixated on that, and it was really rough for, like, for a while, and I was worried almost for a moment, because it's not the first time that thing has happened, and with the first time it happened, it was fucking horrible, because it didn't last for like 2 to 3 months. It lasted for 7 years of my fucking life, and just fucking obliterated everything that was my self-esteem and the things that I believed in myself for. It was so much shit came out of it. It was rough, and I don't in any way blame it on the person I was into. Obviously, I blame it on I'm fucking goofy in my head. Some people are into that. But it is one of those things where I was really glad that I didn't end up going through that again, because at this point, I still think of that person very fondly. They are still a really cool friend that I dig, and I don't ever want to see go bye-bye, and they're dope, and I hope they stick around. I hope they're not just like, fuck that guy. This fucking loser over here. This schmuck over here, is his name Shannon, he's schmucking. That's what his... Point is, I have my issues. I just hope that doesn't get in the way of that too much. But point is, it's one of those things where I'm trying to fix my controller while talking. It's totally not working. I cannot multitask. It was just where I was really glad, because it did fade away relatively quickly. Again, a couple months, and then one day I just woke up like, you know what? I don't actually, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I've accepted that that's not a thing, and you know what? I'm cool with that. I'm actually happy with that, and let's move on. And I'm so glad that was a thing, because again, that wasn't a thing before, and that fucked my entire existence up. So I'm really glad that wasn't a thing this time. And that was just an example of, I'm one of those people who does do that. I get fixated really heavily on one thing and then just kind of drop it. And I've even this YouTube channel thingamabob that you may be listening to right now, all 1.5 of you, yes, that pair of legs, Frank and Demon Stanley, Frank and Demon Stanley, you, the just pair of legs that listens to my videos, because you can't watch them. I don't know how you listen if you're just okay. Whatever. Point is, I have a tendency to do that, and
I'm going to move on now. Did she eat properly enough? Or did she eat properly and enough? Definitely not, and probably not. This ugly yet beautiful bare minimum of a human body that belongs to someone I care about is a contradiction of aesthetics in itself, oddly becoming of her. I get what you're saying, but you could say it nicer. God damn. Man. Like, I understand that you're saying it as, like, you're looking at her and you're like, you know that she should be able to be better because she could take better care of herself. But that's, again, it just seemed dickish. Don't say ugly. Just, fuck it, be nicer. God damn. I know what you're going for. But damn. No, it's a little less than the bare minimum. I think with a passing pang of sadness and some guilt for thinking, I think, what the fuck? Alright, well, I'm... Zoom in and enhance, why don't you? Her arms, degenerated almost nothing but bone and skin due to lack of use, look very short now with the long sleeves of her uniform not covering them. And I imagine that'd be pretty trippy. Like, what's the term? It's like along the lines of deteriorate. It's another word that begins with D, I think. No, it isn't. Is it atrophy? Is it atrophy when just you, because say you're paralyzed or whatever, you just never use that part of your body, and therefore it doesn't do anything at all, and it has no muscle, and it's like almost damn near falling apart. Like someone who's paralyzed from the waist down, their legs just, they're nothing anymore. It's not like if you magically got the ability to stand up again, that you just be like, I'm up, because you would stand up and your legs would just nope, because they're not built for that anymore, because you've been so long without that kind of thing. I don't know if that's the right word, but we're moving on. My lack of any negative reaction makes me think that I've grown pretty accustomed to the various physical abnormalities of my schoolmates. I always wondered why RIN keeps her shirt sleeves long, only tying them in a simple knot at the end where the elbow should be. It seems a bit impractical, but then again, she's not exactly the pinnacle of practicality. Maybe she likes it. Maybe it's just goddamn adorable. Maybe it's somehow important to her. Maybe there is no deeper meaning to it. I feel like asking, and almost do, but RIN's miserable state requires a higher priority of my attention. She stopped talking too, after we ran out of spiky greetings? What does that even mean? Boy, is he like, hey, hi, ho, and howdy, I'm a cactus? What? I guess there's no need for chit-chat then. Just fucking. I mean, God damn it, Shannon. And the thing is, too, is I make a joke like that, but I also realize what game I'm playing, and there's... God damn it. I pick up the towel from the bed and wrap it around her head, rumpling it all over her hair until most of the rainwater is hopefully soaked into the fabric. That's fucking adorable. Look at her face.
Just like, hey, how you doing? Hey, it's not my voice at all. Hey, how you doing? I'm just here. You got big, pretty eyes.
Okay, she peeks from below the towel at me, looking up with impassive eyes. It looks as if she wants to say something without saying it. It's that kind of look. But I can't read what it is she's thinking about from her face, so I keep on fussing with the towel around her shoulders and hair. See, I told you, RIN, he's a fusser! He's a fuss master general, I told you. The silence is oppressive, terrifying. Like a demon. Like Stanley. Communication between us has suddenly been reduced to the movements of my hands and the towel, RIN swaying her body to and fro. My jagged breathing and her quiet breaths trying to find a common rhythm that just is not there. I think I can hear her heartbeats, or maybe they're just mine redoubled. As I brush a rogue strand of hair aside from... This is a thing, real quickly. Has anyone else felt, like, legitimately, like, heard their own heartbeat just existing in the world? Just like, you're just here, and something's going on, and it's like... Thump, da, da, thump, da, da, thump, and you can hear it. I've only ever had that once, and it was when I was having a panic attack. I was just curious if that ever happens to anyone just normally when they're having maybe a nice time. Or not like, am I dying? I'm really talking about how I might be dying. I'm not. I'm good. I'm fine. They told me. I feel fine now, probably. As I brush a rogue strand of hair aside from her ear, Rin suddenly presses her cheek against the back of my hand. The contact is electric. Oh my god, she's a Pikachu! I knew it. She got them little sacks on her face, and she zap you when you touch her and refresh. And that sounded questionable when I said it. A jolt of current surging through me. Again, goddamn adorable. Whether she seeks comfort, warmth, or just my touch, I wouldn't really know, but I can't help touching her back. Caressing her soft cheek with my hand. And with closed eyes, she kisses me on the fingers, counting the joints with her lips. I was trying to see if I got anything from that. I was testing. I was like, nope, I'm just, it feels like Knuckles. I don't. Romance, man. I am saddened beyond my expressive capability. Here we are. Just a small town boy living in a lonely world. That's totally the wrong lyrics, but Fuck You, Journey is fantastic. And by that I mean literally that one song that I know from Journey. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. I'm sorry, that hurts. I can't sing. Both in love or something like that with each other. Or maybe not. Fuck it. Maybe we're just like, this bitch needs to get out my room immediately. Something is broken. I can feel it in me and in Rin. Giggity? In the way our gazes merely brush against each other, shying away from contact, in her closed, timid posture, and in my way of touching her like a china doll, afraid of shattering her delicate form. And how we're closer than we've ever been, yet... My brain broke. Yet I'm not feeling happy. It's like yesterday. When did tenderness and forlornness become one and the same word? Acts of affection start invoking only longing. How? Why did we end up like this? No, don't answer that, I say to myself, but fighting against the omniscience and self-awareness is a lost cause. Still, I'm here, and Rin is here, and it feels like she might be able to solve whatever problem she has. And if she can, why can't I? Why couldn't we? It feels like taking that step is too much, too difficult, too uncertain. So, for now, all I can do is dry her up so she won't get cold again. She's a shaking and a shivering. There's a cold rain outside. The bite of the rain, it smacks my face and burrows into my heart. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I pet her head. That's right, puppy. Oh my god, she does have puppy dog eyes right now. Oh no, my heart, it's melting like butter on corn. No. Trying to sort out the hair that refuses to be sorted out even when wet. A pair of dark glazed eyes follow my every movement. Trousers as well, I presume. She nods in answer, leans back and spreads her... All right, with a grotesquely inviting gesture that makes a nasty feeling crawl up and down my spine like a bad premonition. I know, right? It's just like... I don't know if it's just the words you're using to describe it, my dude, or if it was the situation in general, but, you know, it just feels questionable. It's not enough to sober me, though, as the silence is starting to make me feel detached from myself. Boy, turn on some music. Get some jams pumping up. Maybe some, like, Opposites Attract. Yeah, Paula Abdul, MC Scatcat. Ain't fiction, just a natural fact. We come together cause opposites attract, and you know. I was just about to repeat the same exact thing with Ain't Fiction. Just, I love that song, and I can remember about all of 6 lyrics in the entire thing. It makes me sad because it's fantastic. I move automatically, without even thinking, though I should talk to her about this, or at least about something. How's the weather? Proceeds to look at the window directly behind her. God God damn it. Silence is a spell, a pact that is bound us to this private world made of the dull silence of rainfall and the soft feel of her skin against my fingers. The button of her them there pants is fastened tight, but it opens surprisingly easily. It gives way to my tender embrace. Slipping them off is hard, mostly because she's sitting on them with no intention of standing up to use my... That seems just... I mean, I get that she makes questionable decisions, but I mean, come on, Rin. You gotta work with me here. This is not... All right, then. I kneel down uncomfortably, and titillatingly between her legs, so I can quickly dry her bare feet, remembering that they are as important to her as her as hands are to I. As I work the towel up from her ankles, Rin brushes her thigh against my cheek and nudges the small of my back with her heel to make me come close. Miss Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. I look up to meet her silent stare that was waiting for me to look up. That unassuming, expectant stare seems to say that the ball is in my court. I don't play football. I don't know what you're talking about. I fleetingly brush my hand against her inner... That part of the best part of the chicken, by the way. Can we talk about that? Boy, you get a thing of fried chicken. The thigh's the way to go. It's the perfect piece. The breast, it's too dry. I'm sorry. I'm not a breasticist man. Really, on women or chicken. Mostly chicken. Women, I mean, it's still, yeah, it's kind of, I'm not against it. I'm just saying, like, come on now. Chicken, really? I say we just throw the entire... The perfect American answer. I say we just cut off the whole top half of the chicken and throw it away. It's pointless. It's too dry. No one wants that. I still maintain that that the thigh is the best part of the chicken. It's so good. I'm a dark meat man, and it's like as juicy, as delicious, and it's just the right amount of meat, and just like the right amount of crunchy, crispy goodness if you get yourself some fried chicken. You know it to be true. Comment down below. What's the best part of the chicken? If you say anything else other than thigh, I will know you are a goddamn government agent fucking with me. And I will ban you immediately. No, I won't. But I don't even know how. So let's go back to the potential fondling of the no-armed lady. The touch makes her gasp sharply. As if she were trying to hold back breathing. Don't do that. You'll die. What if I do this? Then what? The small kiss I place on her thigh is enough to make Rin lose her composure, to shut her eyes and squeal almost inaudibly. You couldn't see me, but I did it. Goddamn her face, by the way. Is that what you want to? Would it be alright? To take that, you could literally just go like, so we're doing this, right? Like, I didn't get hit on the head or something. I didn't get, like, hit on the heart and die, and this is just like, boy, you come to heaven. You just do your stuff now. And I'm like, I still feel uncomfortable if I didn't know what was going on. Just tell me. What if, maybe if, boy, I know you're gonna make me censor some shit, and I don't, I swear to God, Hisao, just leave the adorable striped panties alone. Also, by the way, I know I've already sunk myself down into this pit of I'm a questionable individual, but they're kind of like striped. It's the white and the like gray or blue or green, whatever it's hazy thought. Hazy thoughts float somewhere in the back of my unfocused mind. Boy, you ain't landing no focus punches up in here. Madness. You should set up a substitute. Somehow, this whole situation is making it hard to think, as if my head was full of jelly beans and or cotton fluff. But that's all right. It seems thinking is not something we need. I mean, I would disagree. Knowledge, I mean, like, don't let it get in the way of your fun, but, like, still be cognizant of the world around you and the situation. Bitch, what did I just say to you? What? Hisao, son, my boy, my child, my beautiful baby boy. What are you doing?
Do not do this. No, Hisao, do not do this. It is a mistake.
He wasn't ready for this. Actually, I knew it was coming. I just wanted it to not, get it coming. By the grace of a vastly smaller amount of fabric slipping off Ren's panties, considerably easier than her trousers. They disappear past my field of vision, sliding somewhere away down her legs. It seems I did a poor job with the towel, since Ren's legs are still wet from the rain. Or are they? 'Cause, well, whatever. Motherfucker, goddamn, you. Okay. Guided by instinct more than rationality, I move closer and just. And boy, I'm making a mixed drink, and I am just popping it down, son. I believe the quote is, I move closer and taste the different kind of wetness. But, God damn it. She responds to me, to the slow movements of my tongue on her skin, to my kisses on her flesh. Her muscles tense and relax to the rhythm as if what I am doing was uncomfortable. To hear Rin trying to not make a sound when I... Boy, you don't need to tell me. We all know what you're doing. You don't need to say it, though. So we're not gonna read it. This whole morning has been so unreal. Like the engine. Like the surreal intangibility of an awakening dream. I can't believe I'm doing this. To her, now. But I'm going with the flow of those aforementioned... juices. Besides, the point of no return was 1,000 miles. Like, bitch, that's not true. You can just stop if you want to. This is a message to anyone out there. If you it's an important bit of message. If you just don't wanna, don't. You don't have to. If anyone tells you that you have to, fuck that guy or woman. Or disembodied legs. I'm looking at you, Stanley, you fucking perverted freak. I know what you're into. You boy, you're worse than I am. Do you realize how bad you have to be for me to say that? Stanley, a freak. But yeah, no, point is, you can just, say no if you're not into it. If you're into it, go ahead. Do you. And them. But if not... You have that right. That's you, my man. I move around. Try to do things to her. To find places where her weaknesses lie. That's creepy to say. I get what you're going for, but god damn it, son. To tease her. To drive her mad with pleasure. Because I want to. I want to do this to her. I'm going to give you how I would play out this sentence, this statement in my head. We've heard his interpretation. I move around, try to do things for her, to find the places where she wants me to tease her, to drive her wild with pleasure because I want to. I want to do this for her. With the way you said it was fucking creepy, and the way I said it was probably still creepy, but it was better creepy. God damn. But she doesn't squeal. She doesn't squirm. She ain't no pig. Nuh-uh. For maybe I can't make Rin any madder than she already is. Whatever I do. Boy, we gotta get her a hat. Yetica's mad hat. Okay. Her ragged, heavy breathing mixed with unintelligible is that of a lunatic, but I do not cause it. I only release that from her. Boy, what the fuck are you talking about? She becomes more and... Well, there's everyone's favorite word in the English language. And I drink from her. You know what? I'm right there with you, Hisao. I'm an American. You're a fella from the land of Japan. I'm an American. You eat pussy, I drink Pepsi. That's kind of warm. That's not that good. Oh. Can we talk about how 90% of the things that I do on this channel just turns into me fucking giggling my ass off because of the stupid shit? Don't get me wrong. I love everything that I do on the channel. But a lot of it is fucking goofy. I try to just ram up in there all the way to the back of the bus with the tongue to feel all of her that I can this way. My every action is met with a different reaction. Equal opposite with the... Okay. But all of those are out of pure lust. Rin is lost, like the TV show. Now I have to make sure that I block out the fucking reading because her vagina is literally right there. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Rin is lost in desire, willing to let anything happen to her if I do it right now. I highly doubt that. Don't get me wrong. I'm aware that when in a position like that, you can just kind of just do stuff. I just want stuff. But I guarantee you can find a way to make that be. You know what? No, I'm done. Okay. You know what? You ruined it. God damn it, Frank. You ruined it. You ruined it for me. I'm just sorry. I wanted to know what it would be like if. I'm not even. Nope. I'm just gonna move on. I don't even know where. Like, it went. Like, in my brain, there was like 6 different ways I could have taken it. All of them were horrible. The one that I landed on the most was coming out the window on people walking below us in the street, and I feel like that would be something. She'd just be like, nah. Like, I get that she doesn't understand all kinds of social cues and whatnot. But I feel like even Rin would be like, you know what? No. We don't do that here. So we don't. She becomes closer and closer to the moment of release. Just like a pre-ordered video game. And we're waiting for it. Or we're not because we didn't pre-order it because that's a questionable business decision. Anyway, but the way to that is an uphill slope of madness. Still, she's going all that way. The muscles don't relax anymore between the waves of ecstatic spasms. Rin just becomes tenser and tenser. Doing that's gross. I'm so sorry. I'm a horrible human being. Contracting so much that it must be physically painful. But I do not let go. Okay, so I'm gonna divert again, but it's on the same topic. Now, if you've had a friend before, I'm sure you've had that many, like, those hypothetical questions that everyone asks each other. Like, you know, if you had $1 million, what would you do with it? If $1 million here right now, what do you do with it? Or at least your regional equivalent. And you're like, well, I would do this and this and this and that. And one of the most common ones that I can think of, or at least one of the most interesting, yet still simple, is the question of what would you do if you were the opposite gender, right? If you just, like, for like a week or a month or a day, whatever the bet is, what would you do? It's one of those things where I always kind of question. I've asked that question, and I've been asked such a question. And for me, it was always, well, if I was a woman, I'd want to experience all the kind of major things that are more exclusive to that gender. That being said, fuck you, no pregnancy. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing that. I've been hitting the nuts too many times. From what I understand, it's very similar, just in a slightly different time frame and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? 20, 30 times getting hit in the nuts? Nah, I don't need pregnancy on top of that. I'm sorry. That's just, that's where I'm going to draw the line. Besides, the fuck am I going to do with a kid? So I'm going to say no on that. But, like, another thing that's very common for women is, of course, something that even came up in this route in the very beginning. The menstrual cycle. The thing with the women and the dew and the blood. And a lot of other stuff. I know there's more to it than that. But, like, it's like, I would want to experience that as well. Just to know, you know? Just so I can sympathize, like, what are you going through? I could either be like, okay, so I know what you're going through. That does suck. I see what you're going through. I understand. Or I could be like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? This is nothing. Get over yourself. Because that's how you make friends. But, like, that was one of the things. And, of course, obviously on that same topic is, like, 'cause to me, how different is the feeling between, say, a dude experiencing sexual activity and a woman experiencing sexual activity? Because it's the same basic idea, but like, fundamentally, I'm like, even just the simplest thing of in and out. Two different things. How is that like? That alone makes me go, well, I wonder. I always thought that was interesting to me. I always wondered what that would be like. Experience all those things. I'd do it. Give me a month. Just give me a month. I don't even have to change my name. That's the best part about it. Or my hair length. It's perfect. I'll just be a really unattractive lady. Just get rid of the facial hair, and then I'm moving on. Point is, I think that's interesting, don't you? Would that be something you'd want to know? Be weird, but cool. I just threw up in my mouth. I'm sure that was not connected to anything I just said. I keep going, and I know she wants it too. Do you? You goddamn mind reader. She desperately wants me to do this. It's always to. Stop saying doing anything to someone. Saying do it for them. To is creepy. God damn it. I'm sure someone in the audience would be like, well, I don't think it's that weird. I would say that in a position to. I'm like, well, okay. But to me, it's strange. Like the strange. A leg curls around my shoulders and draws me closer. So close that I think I'm going to choke. Okay, the choke part I wasn't 100% on, but, like, I'm an embrace kind of guy. It's weird because I'm totally not, too. Like, I'm super not a huggy guy, but I also kind of really am at the same time. Like, Like, you walk up and hug me, I'm going to be like, ah! But, like, part of me on the inside is going to be like, oh, well, this is actually quite lovely. I don't hate this. And if you're someone I like, I'm like, oh, you know, I actually think I really like this. Oh, we're done? It was like 15 seconds? It's my fault, isn't it? Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I keep going because it's the only possibility. As I push the button that drives her into gasping for breath. That big ol' eject button that just lets loose the flow. Fuck do I know about women? Locking her leg into a cramp against my back. Losing her mind in the sensation. At that precise moment, I seem to forget all that was meant to be. All that should be. All that I know is that some shit went down. And I think I had a towel. That's good. You're ready for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You are ready for these events. When they bulldoze the planet, you're good. None of it matters. All that matters is this. What we have now. My tongue in your vagina. Sorry. My fucking face is hot as shit right now. Okay. Her orgasm. Oh. I just started reading. I didn't even, like, temper it at all. Yeah. That surges through him, too. Excited in him, and is a whole new way. A whole new way to come right here on my desk today. It makes me feel anxious, nervous, bothered. I don't care. As her body relaxes and she's like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I try to kiss down there again, but it startles her. Causes her to jump like, bitch, I thought we were done. What are you doing?
No. Hisao. Enough. Come here, you sexy bastard, you.
Does not work with her voice at all. I stand up to remove the last piece of clothing RIN has. Bitch, if Claire has to jump on this fucking screen again to stop this injustice upon my eyes. I'm not complaining, but I am complaining. But I'm not, but I am. She leans against me to catch her breath, tickling me with the warm air exhaled into my shirt. Blindly, I reach behind her back to feel my way below her shoulder blades to find the contraption that fastens her bra. Blasted machinery. It opens more easily than I thought, falling to the floor somewhere. From what I understand, that's not easy to do. Like, that's usually a total fucking bitch. So good for you, Hisao. You're a lucky one. You won the tit lottery. Her bare skin against me is a sensation so wonderful, I want to have more of it. And I do. Embracing her. Rin's hair smells of rain. I love the smell of rain. It's the best. I don't know about sweaty rain, but rain itself is lovely. I realize that I'm not hearing the sound of rainfall anymore. It's a sobering thing. The cushion that enveloped us into a reality of our own is now gone, and I realize more clearly what is happening. You know, this is really not what friends should be doing. I whisper once again, noticing how much a simple matter as talking can be overbearingly difficult at times. It can be the fucking worst. I hated it. I don't like talking to people. Especially people I like. Because then it's just like, I just think you are cool. And then she immediately responds with, dope! Fuck away from me immediately. Okay. See you in 6 years when I've finally gotten over it. Will you stop being my friend?
Did you stop being my friend?
That wasn't what I meant, but her serious tone and the layers of connotations behind Rin's question gives me pause. Nah. Fuck it. Literally.
I think it might be alright, even if you did.
I hug her and smile into her hair, understanding Rin perfectly for once.
You're like totally soaked in vagina juices.
The remnants of water on her skin have drained onto my... Oh. Right. I don't know what I could have possibly been thinking. Somehow, even her statements of the obvious make me glad right now. You're right. I am, but... That's kind of your fault, isn't it?
I want to see you.
Holy shit, he's Superman. It was on and then it was off and then it was back on again. Yeah. I comply, standing back to open the buttons of my shirt much more quickly than when I undid Rin's buttons. Again, I imagine you just grabbed it and tore it open like Spider-Man or Superman, and you're just like, boom. Chest scar. A sudden sense of haste strikes me, spurring me to rush forward. Every second I'm not touching Rin is a second wasted, a chance lost. My belt buckle proves to be an obstacle despite my ability to open it in an eye blink under normal circumstances. Isn't that always the way? See, you got by with the bra strap, but then the belt buckle's like, nah, son, not today. While I fumble with it, I don't notice Rin bringing her foot up between us until she starts tracing my chest with her toe. Flexibility. I look down to see what she's looking at. My heart. I reflexively flinch back, covering the scar tissue in the middle of my chest. The shallow mark that the surgery following my heart left on my body is healed already, but, well, it's not a particularly pretty sight, if not overly repulsive either. It's barely noticeable, but she does have an eye for detail. Is this what she said when she wanted to say blah, 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 blah? Exactly, my boy. Exactly that. The show that. I had sort of forgotten about this because of all this mess with Rin, but now all my unpleasant things connected to my condition surface at once, rushing through my mind like a flash flood. And oh god, all the stories about old guys getting heart attacks while having the bomb diggity. What if...
Hisao, shut the fuck up.
Realizing that I might have just spoiled the mood, I stumble to explain myself. Sorry, it's just that, you know...
Let me touch you.
Her eyes are sultry. All right, then. Inviting as she sits there bare naked, without an inkling of shame, while listening. Again, you need the music. Bare naked ladies. It's been 1 week since you looked at her. While she was naked, something there, and she attractive. 5 days since you laughed at your scars. Said, get back together, come back and see her naked. I never thought Rin could look like that. Yeah, I know this is not how it should go. Even though Rin is right here. Right here, right. I'm singing as shit today. It's way too fucking late for it, too. Even though there should be no more questions, no obstacles, not this maddening feeling that something is so goddamn wrong. The same feeling that clutched my heart yesterday makes its appearance. We are together, just you and I, here right now in the blink of an eye. You see, I rhymed I with I, but it's spelled differently, so I'm a musical genius. In a way that is difficult to define, it eludes description as stubbornly as it evades change. Would a relationship like this be alright? Could we ever change to become closer? Even though we would stay together for all of eternity. I mean, that's optimistic, and I give you that, but y'all have some fucking issues you need to work out before you're like, all together for all of eternity. We might never find our mutual understanding. But there's no such thing as eternity. Don't fucking remind me. I've been having existential crises for the past month. Do not fuck with me with this. Dying is seriously fucking with my head. This may mean that we're not be together forever. If not our differences, then the flow of time will pull us apart with irresistible force. Not necessarily, but it's entirely possible. Rin is a creature of the moment, of whim and impulse. I am nothing of the sort. This is a fact that I can understand very clearly. If for no other reason, for this reason I should grasp this moment. Even if it's the only moment we will ever have. I should not let myself spoil it. Even if I can't escape myself, Rin can't either, and I know it now. We both have things we can't let go, things we can't not think, feelings we can't not feel. But she allows herself to want me without any restraint here and now. I'm sorry, you know.
Hisao, you really need to stop worrying. It's totally putting a damper on the mood.
Rin interrupts me before I get any further, which is good because I don't know what I could have said. Her voice, void of its usual spaciness, scolds me softly without an edge. This is going to be another goddamn hour-and-a-half long episode, isn't it? Oh, and there's no good place to cut anything.
You really have to learn to let go. Let it go. Let it go. Turn away and slam my vagina.
She scans me calmly, almost calculatingly. I wonder what I look like through her eyes. Damn, they're so green it almost hurts. Fucking green eyes are attractive as shit. They are. It's like I kind of have developed a thing for like hazel as time goes on because the people I've kind of fallen for over time tend to have hazel eyes for some reason. I don't think it's a theme. I think it just kind of happens. But as time goes on, I'm like, I don't hate that. But dude, green eyes, man. Like emeralds in your face. And I love it. I always was so enchanted by her eyes. Those mysterious, captivating eyes that always were too restless for their own good. But I was also always intimidated by them. Yeah, Rin's intimidating on more than one level, and especially right now. I would probably say the same thing if I was in the same position. She is frighteningly lucid. Oh, we got there. The goosebumps on her skin giving away that she's cold or scared too. Either way, I steel myself and step back to Rin, embracing her to feel her in my arms again to banish my doubts. The sight of her gentle, loving eyes seems to melt those doubts away like the last snow of winter. Claire, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to come up here. I'm gonna need you to that's just staring me dead in the eyes is what that is. She presses her head against my shoulder, seeking a place to rest herself in. All right, leaning against me like I lean against her.
I'll sing the song again. I might do it. Don't make me do it. Just do the thing.
Yes. I love Frozen. You should forget.
You should forget about stuff like future and past. It's not like you can change those kind of things.
I wanted to say something to her, but I've lost my voice, so I just kind of mumble something unintelligible to her. Oh yeah. Stanley. You know, besides the part that I have to cut out, she's got a really kind of adorable, like, sleepy face. I know it's not sleepy, but, like, it's what I would imagine a sleepy face for Rin to look like, and it's kind of adorable.
You should just be here right now. Right here. Right now. Honest as I wanna be.
Maybe she understood what I wanted to say, even if I didn't.
Come on, let's do it. Let's just do this.
I am here.
Closer though. All up in there.
My entire body is thinking only in positives now, so I do, hugging her more tightly.
Closer.
I love how she's like, just kind of slightly peering off to the camera. I press my lower body against hers. She tenses a little. Just a wee bit.
Closer.
Her final plead is more like a prayer. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, vaginas and some prayers. Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, Rin's just right there. Okay, I reached down between us and guided myself in, sinking myself into her. That didn't need to be read so efficiently, Shannon. Every muscle in Rin's body stiffens at the same time. She doesn't say anything or wince, so I just fucking go at her. And again, she's all about it. She's rocking the boat. She's surfing along the waves. She saw Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's newest trailer, and she's like, boy, Mantine and I were one and the same. Whoa, all day. Our movements meld together in one continuous string of back and forth, in and out, and up and down, and all around. All sensations become sharper, amplified tenfold. My brain gave up interpreting all this stimulation ages ago, and now I am left with no choice but to feel all of this with my entire body. It's like that for Rin, too. I know it. I can see it. I can feel it. She breathes sharply in and out, losing all composure and grace, breathes warmly against my shoulder. Why, she's like straight up just eating your shoulder, my dude. I bet you're not that bad, though. Put a little salt on there, grill that shit up. What? Okay, between those... I literally have no idea why any of that. Between those fragile breasts, she sometimes kisses me tenderly, gently, as if she was unsure of how to do it properly. But there is no hesitation. She is in it to win it, my dudes. I'm going to break this controller. Desperately clinging to me, drawing me closer so that I can fill every last millimeter of her. She moves against me, around me, so that it's hard to say where I stop and she begins. Romantic and yet you at the same time. We take it slowly, excruciatingly slowly, as if we had all the time in the world, even though we only have this moment and nothing beyond that. That feeling is...
Wait. Hold your horses there, buckaroo.
I stop moving, slightly alarmed. Did I break you? Maybe it hurts, or... She looks at me in a way that I can't really help to interpret. Or begin to interpret. Help? What?
Is this it?
Huh?
You said I don't have to be alone.
Her eyes are full of an innocent, fuzzy-headed confusion that makes me chuckle a little and pet the back of her head. Yeah, this is what I meant. Now you can have someone you can come to when you get soaked in the rain. Come to. Do you get it? Okay. It means you're not alone. If there's such a person for you. She answers with a kiss, reminding me that we've stopped moving for no real reason.
He's like, bitch, I didn't say stop.
But you did, actually. Now I think about you said wait, so never mind. I immediately take back what I said.
I have amnesia.
So we start from the top, almost at the same time, each mirroring the rhythm of the other. I move faster in and out of her. My sweat mixing with hers, glistening on our shared skin like diamonds and pearls. But what about platinum, though? She moves faster, grinding herself against me in the throes of art. Is that how you spell throes? In this terminology? That THROES. Today I learned. The intoxicating scent of her lust. The mind-blanking feeling that connects our bodies. The sense of all rational thought draining from my brain box. All those burn my consciousness like the compelling feeling in my body burns my instincts. All of those feelings there was an S on there, grow. Rin makes no signs of stopping. I just realized I have to fucking edit, change, and move so much shit because you two have to fucking move all the time, god damn it. She curls her feet behind my lower back, forcing me to drive myself all up in there, as deep as physically possible. Boy, it's like playing the longest and most dramatic game of Dig Dug you have ever played in your life. Each millimeter sending waves through my spine. My mind blacks out as the world erupts in a flash of bright white blindness. Euphemism, symbolism, and you might be dead. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fuck. Okay, maybe not now that I think about it. We still got a little bit more. Present. Present is a fleeting and vague concept at best. Shit. I didn't like stop record. Okay, we're good. The moment between the past and the future. Fucking controller piece of shit. That doesn't really mean anything. Thinking too much about things that don't make sense is a waste of time. That's why living through the present is always the best option. Besides, for us who can't foresee the future and who forget the past too easily, present is the only real proof of our existence. Even though existence will go on even if you forget about it for a while, it's good to see the day at least every once in a while. That way, you can confirm that you are, in fact, alive.